Hi guys, welcome to another video. So in this video, we're gonna talk about Common Voice Sentence Collector. Okay, so let's get started. So this is a project that is related to Common Voice, effort, an open source effort to collect voice data to train speech recognition or speech applications in general. So the project itself needs to collect I would say public in the public domain sentences. So we need to collect this sentence in order to people to record their reading these sentences. So as you guys can see, we have here that has collected 362,124 sentences in 39 languages. So we already have a bunch of languages are available. So this is pretty good. Okay. So I have here English, Japanese, and Portuguese. I'm gonna click in review now, so you guys can add your own sentences. I'm gonna click in review now. I'm gonna be redirected to a sentence validation page. I'm gonna show you guys how exactly we are looking for. So the first thing is that the sentence should be grammatically correct. Okay, so this sentence is correct. The lion looked at Alice rarely. We're gonna click. We have a up and down vote, so we're gonna click up. So other thing that you should look for is to how easy it is to read this sentence. So for example, you never guess, I couldn't. So it's pretty easy to read. So you guys have to keep in mind that some people may not be native speakers as myself. So you should kind of I don't know, have they in mind or something. So yeah. So for example, this sentence will be redirected to the main page later. So they are this process of collecting sentences is very important to add new languages as Portuguese or let me see, Japanese, Korean. That there's a lot of languages are not in the project yet, but they will be eventually if you guys help us to collect sentences and validate them. So let's take a look. What is it now? The unicorn cried eagerly. Yeah, it's correct. You see the wind so very strong here. Correct. It's an invention of my own. Correct. Okay. You guys can see that some of them are like very distinct. So to guard against the bites of sharks, the knight replied. Cool. You guys can kind of take a look and see for yourselves some of the sentences. I'm just gonna validate a bunch of them, a bunch of them right now. So, and the other thing is a mouse trap, but another single bee has come near yet. It's my own invention to keep clothes and sandwiches in. Okay, some of these sentences don't make much sense, but the thing is that we are trying to train models to recognize speech. Okay, so Alice looked at it with great curiosity. That's the end of my move. I don't want to be anybody's prisoner. Bread and butter, of course. Okay. This is a long sentence, so I think the maximum number of words is 14, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna click in how to take a look at the logging. So you guys need to create a username. You guys can see my username is Pedro because it's my name. So logging, you can log in by entering any available username and choosing a password that will automatically create an account for you once logged. And you can select language from the profile section. So all sentences you submit must be under public domain CC0 license. So you cannot just copy and paste sentences for whatever you are copying them. You could either search for public domain sentences or you could write your own sentences. I think I write about 1,000 sentences, I'm not mistaken, for Portuguese. Yeah, I did that. It took a while, but it was fun. It was fun, definitely. So abbreviations and acronyms like USA or ICE should be avoided in the source text because they may be read in a way that does not coincide with their spelling. Additionally, there may be multiple accurate readings for a single abbreviation. For example, the acronym ICE could be pronounced ICE or as a single word ICE. So you guys can see that we have kind of some ambiguities that we need to kind of get rid of. So yeah. Punctuation, special symbols and punctuation should only be included when absolutely necessary. For example, including English words like don't and we are and should be included in the source text, but it's unlike you ever need a special symbol like at or pound. Okay, so there's lots of information here. You guys can kind of look for yourselves. There is definitely some of the things that you should look for. So length, sentences must be 14 words or less, as I said before. Let's continue with this. Then, if the dog went away, its temper would remain. The queen exclaimed triumphantly. Okay, it began with plotting paper. The knight answered with a groom. Okay, I'm gonna finish review. And that's it. For this sentence, I think I'm gonna validate 15 sentences. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, I think something around that, right? Let's see how many sentences I'm gonna to be validating for English. So also, if your first language is not English, you guys can. So I validated it's 15 sentences. So for instance, my first language is Portuguese. So I kinda am very interested in the Portuguese part of this project. So I was validating some of the sentences. Okay, so let's click review now. I'm going to show you guys some of the Portuguese sentences. So let's just see if they make sense. Yeah, the site just takes a while to load, unfortunately. But I think that's clear in sentence. Okay, certo pelo sonho. Yeah, it's correct. Nenhuma esperança, nenhuma aventura, nenhum rei, seus destinos antigos, nenhum tesouro, nenhuma pirâmide. Okay. Agora vi um homem aparecer atrás do balcão. Okay, so I'm just gonna validate these 3 sentences. Okay, I'm gonna finish review, and if you guys can, could help us, it would be very cool. We definitely need help to collect more sentences and to put them into the project, especially those languages that are not covered yet, such as, let's see, Spanish was recently added. We have Portuguese, Korean, Japanese, I think Africans. I don't know. There's so many languages in the world that I can't even think about all of them. But we do need more people engaged in this project to kind of collect data, and hopefully in the next next few years, we're gonna come up with good projects that are using this kind of technology to help us interact with computers. Okay. So thank you guys for watching this video. See you guys next time.